Hey guys, my name is Whitney Hebel, and I am so excited to talk to y'all tonight. I have actually kind of two topics. So I'm going to be talking to you about sales tips for this month, for the transition month, and strategies to help you hit 2,500 PRV consistently. Okay. Keyword consistently. Okay. Because that's what's important in our business. Um, I'm doing this for United We Rise, so this is pre-recorded, but feel free to ask any questions on my YouTube channel, in the comments on the page, or obviously always my messenger is always open. So feel free to message me if you have any specific questions. So first I just really want to start off by saying that our sales in Scentsy are so important, okay? So important. They are the root of your business. Consistent high PRV, high sales, that's going to open up so many doors in your business. Um, if your business is not where you want it to be, or you're struggling a little bit in your business, the first thing you need to focus on is your PRV, is your sales. That's where you want to start it because that's what you want to master in this business. Once you figure out how to sell our products, it's endless possibilities, okay? I always like to say that PRV is the one thing in our business that you can actually control, okay, to a certain extent. And I say that because when you're building a team and you're sponsoring and you're coaching people, you don't really have control over what other people do in any part of life, but especially not in this business. You can't make people work that don't want it. You can't do the things for them. They have to be able to want to do it on their own. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Just change the view on me, and I gotta make sure that I can see myself. Okay, there we go. Um, So if it's not where you want it to be, I want you to start with your sales. Start with your sales, start reaching out there. Selling things is a learnable skill. Okay. So I want y'all to learn how to sell. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. There are so many trainings on how to do this. And how the thing is, you're always going to be perfecting your art. Okay. So we do the same thing every single month in our business. We are going to perfect that, okay? So in this month, it's the transition month. So it's our last month of spring, summer, and we're heading into fall, winter, which is the biggest and best time in Scentsy world, okay? But there's a few tips I want to give you. Overall, I want you to use the last chance first glance effect, okay? So that means we are really focusing on the things that are leaving this month. We're not focusing yet on what's coming until we're done with what's leaving, okay? So we want to have that urgency. We want to have that push with our customers. We want to talk to them about our retiring scents, our warmers, our collections, the things that are leaving after this month. And Scentsy has made that really easy for us. There is a whole part of our website that is dedicated to, it's called Last Chance, and it is all right there. You can use the filter section of your website to go and hone in on specifically warmers or cleaning products or whatever it may be that you want to focus on. You can do that through your website. There's also a handy dandy discontinued list that was made by Sara Speechley. I will also link that in the comments of or in the description of the video so you can have it. It's a Canva link. And it shows you on a list everything that's discontinuing after this month that was in the catalog, okay? Now, you may be thinking to yourself, I've done that. I've already shared what's discontinuing. I promise you that you have not shared every single thing on that list because here's the thing. When you showed me a list of a whole sheet of paper, I'll use my notes for example, of things that are leaving after this month, I'm going to look through it. I'm going to say, oh, okay, cool. There's some warmers that I see that I recognize and some scents that I may be a little bit sad about. But when someone looks at a long list of things, if they're anything like me, they're not going to read the whole thing. They're going to skim through it and they're going to miss a lot. So it's our job to go through and really focus on different parts of things that are leaving. For example, you show me a list of things. I might not even see that watermelon tangerine is leaving after this month, but you come to me and you give me the description and you tell me that one of my favorite scents is discontinuing again at the end of this month, I'm going to make sure I go that day and I put it in my Scentsy Club so I don't have to go without it. Okay. That's what you're going to do for your customers. You are spoon feeding them this information that you have. Okay. I know a lot of people get caught up on what should I share? When should I share it? How should I share it? The best thing is that you share it, first of all. And the second thing is that you do it in an authentic way. So for example, let's go with the watermelon tangerine theme. I'm gonna go in my stories, or I'm gonna go live on my customer group, or even my personal page if I'm feeling really brave, and talk about how watermelon tangerine is my favorite and that it's discontinuing. I may even make a funny reel about it. I may do a Snapchat filter and do a sad face with crying about how it's leaving, and then maybe list some other scents that are leaving as well. So we're going to get a little bit creative. And if you're not naturally creative, there's this amazing thing called ChatGPT, and you can put in there, these are my favorite scents that are leaving. Give me some creative ideas of how I can share this with my customers. Boom. It's going to give you a list of things that you can do. And it may not be in your comfort zone. Okay. But I'm telling you, if you make a status on Facebook that says watermelon tangerine is leaving, you're going to get a lot less interaction and hits and likes and loves and comments than if you were to go and put the ugliest crying face Snapchat picture up that you can find and say the same thing, right? Because your customers they want to see you. They want to know that you are involved, that you're not just putting up a flyer, that you are the one behind the message, right? You took time to make it a little bit more creative and put a little bit more thought into it, even if ChatGPT had to do it for you, okay? So highlight the individual products, highlight the individual scents. Wildflower cotton laundry, all of that is leaving. The little things of laundry are leaving. I don't need to go through the whole list of things that are leaving, but I want you to use that list. And if you have to, start going through one by one and Xing out the things that you share so you can make sure that you cover everything. The other day I shared that the pig warmer is leaving, and someone was like, I've never even seen this warmer before. I didn't even know Scentsy had this. Boom, a sale. Okay. So you never know who's watching. People are going to need to see things multiple times for it to click with them. Back to the scents. If Squeeze Today is leaving, that's been a big conversation starter in my group because I have a lot of Squeeze Today lovers. So I'm going to tell them not only is it leaving, I'm going to talk about the clean products. I'm going to talk about all the things that it comes in. I'm going to give the scent description. I'm going to take a picture of a selfie of me with the whatever Squeeze Today products I have on hand. These are all ideas that you can use, okay? Because we got to get back to sharing authentically. We have to get back to sharing authentically with our business. And that's not just scheduling out a bunch of flyers for you to share with your customers. They want to see you, they want to hear you, they want to interact with you. Make this fun for them, right? If you're just posting a bunch of flyers day after day after day, they're not going to be in they don't care. They don't care. There is a place for flyers. I'm not trying to down those at all, but it's not every day in your business. Okay. So we're going to push that urgency. We're going to go through that discontinued list one by one. We're going to share warmers one by one, maybe even group some that are like each other that could go with the same decor together. Use the new categories, maybe that Scentsy, the warm and live and all of that Scentsy's using, put those in categories and share them like that. However you see fit, do some bundles, do some wax and warmer bundles. I'm going to talk about that here a little bit, but that's an extra 10% off a bundle that's already 10% off. Okay. So make it easy for them to shop. Do a goodbye tour of customer favorites. Make a reel, like I said, TikTok, retiring but loved, bars and warmers. Okay, whatever that looks like for you. If you don't have them on hand, don't let that stop you from showing your face in pictures and talking about things and showing things. You can take a selfie like this. You can take a selfie like this, like this, like this, like this. Whatever you want to do. One day when you feel good about yourself, I want you to take a bunch of selfies and a bunch of different shirts, and then I want you to use those hand placements. I want you to use the products, and I want you to place it in your hand. I want you to point to something that's going away. I want you to incorporate your kids on things that are leaving, okay? Get creative with how you're sharing these things. Don't just share the flyer that has 50 million bajillion things that are leaving that I couldn't even read as the consultant and share that with your customers. That may be something good that you send to them, maybe in an order or in an email that they can look at. But again, we're not just sharing that and then we're done. There is so much to share this month. We have to do it and we have to do it consistently. Almost everything is on sale. Hello, almost everything is on sale. That in itself is a reason to focus on this month. Keep in mind that also means for those items, that's also 10% less PRV this month. Okay. If you're a businesswoman, you're going to realize that. You're already going to know that. And maybe you're still learning the business, but 10% off sale is great for our customers, but you have to keep in mind that's going to be 10% less PRV that you're going to have at the end of the month. So maybe you barely hit that 2,500. We're going to do something extra to make sure we hit it because we're going to be 10% less this month. Okay. Just something to think about. The sale includes bundles, like I said, so you can publicly advertise, and I wrote these down, that flowers are as low as $14.58 this month. Pots as low as $8.10, room sprays as low as $7.29. All of those prices are when they are bundled, okay? So if you have 3 flowers, you automatically get 10%. This month, you're getting an additional 10% off of that, okay? That's making those flowers $14.58. That's a good deal. Okay. If they buy one, they're going to get it for like 16 and some change. I can't math publicly, but you get what I'm saying. Same thing for Classic Clean, Laundry Love, Body Bundles, all of those things that you get a 10% off on already. We're getting an additional 10% off of that price. So why are we not sharing that? Okay. Air purifier filters, charm clips, and bulbs. We just found out that those prices are going up. Guess what? 3 things are also on sale this month. Yeah, air purifier filters, charm clips, and bulbs. So guess what I'm sharing over the next few days? That their price that they get today is going to be the cheapest that they're going to get it ever. Ever again for a normal product that's not in clearance. This month is the cheapest they're going to get it because it's 10% off this price. It's going up from the original price next month. Okay. So bulb stock up. Maybe you want to do a huge like campaign about bulbs blowing out at the most inconvenient time. We all know what that. If you use Scentsy, you know that feeling. You probably just felt it in your heart, right? Maybe before you were a consultant, you didn't have bulbs on hand and you can't warm anything until you have a bulb. That's why we're going to stock up. We're going to do a bulb stock up campaign because they are the cheapest that you can get it right now. Okay. Maybe you're going to share about the air purifier filters. I saw a friend, Crystal, she shared about an air purifier filter, personal special that she's going to do with her customers. And she just pretty much mathed it out, not mapped it. I guess she did map and math it. That she's going to do a bulk order of air filters and she's going to get at a bigger discount because it's already 10% off, right, this month. Then she's going to use a party and use the rewards, the half price item, the perpetual party reward. And she's going to get it for her customers cheaper, including all of that. So she's forfeiting those rewards for it. Go into Workstation. If you don't do this, here's another side tip. Go into Workstation. I do this probably too much because this is how my brain works, but go make a mock like open party. Like I opened one today for the air filters and I named it filter. And so if you go on my website today, there's a open party called filter. It's fine. And I mapped it out to see how many I would need to sell and how much it would be for my customers because I have a high tax percent. We're 9.5 here in Tennessee. And that's pretty much the price of our sale. So I mathed it out so I could share with my customers on a one-on-one opportunity, right? Because it's a personal special about this. So I'm going to reach out to all my air purifier people and I'm going to offer them one-on-one this special for them to stock up on air purifier filters because next month it's going to be more expensive. And I need the PRV this month. Because guess what? This is the month we're working in. So I need the PRV this month. This month. Not next month, not last month, this month. Okay. So there's another one. You can offer a personal special. You can post on your personal page, your groups. Make sure I say this in compliance because we don't want to get in trouble. That you have a special on a filter refill. And again, make it fun. Take a picture of you with a nasty filter. Don't have one? Go on Pinterest. There are tons. Take a picture of yourself. If you don't have an air purifier, you're probably not selling many, but get a dirty filter picture and share a real life photo. Go on TikTok, free app, do a green screen, point to the dirty filter. Guys, we got to get creative. Use ChatGPT if we're not doing that, okay? You're going to offer that stock up now because again, it is the cheapest that you're going to get it. It's the cheapest you're going to get it, okay? For those three things with the prices that are going up. With the last chance first glance effect that we do every discontinued month, we also have new season sales kits. Okay. So with that just wanted to mention that is an opportunity for consultants only. This is a consultant only perk. You could even share, if you're thinking about sponsoring, that as a consultant, you get your hands on the brand new product first, which is right here, over here. So I'm pointing there. So maybe you're sharing that because you want to attract more people to the joint opportunity, but you get PRV for that. It is not discounted. You cannot bundle it, but you do get to see it, to feel it, to take pictures with it, to set it up, and to use in your last chance first glance opportunities this month. Okay. So home, which is warmers, scent, which is wax, laundry, which is laundry, clean, and body. Get what's in your budget for your business, okay? It's early access. Like I said, it's not discounted. I always personally will do the home kit, okay? That means I have warmers on hand, but in this little brain, big brain, little brain, whatever you want to call it, the way that I see it is if I purchase that, if I invest in that, because that's not a cheap purchase, and I've always done this from day one. If I purchase that kit that has all those warmers in it, I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that I get rid of the ones that I don't want to keep. Okay. I also personally do events, so I know that will be another opportunity that I can resell them and make my money back on them. But as a consultant, I want to use all of my consultant perks, and that is a huge one. Okay. I also get some of the other kits too, but I know that the home kit is the most expensive. So I just wanted to share that pushes me to work my business more. So September 1 comes around. Guess who has pictures, her own pictures, right? Pictures, selfies in my home. I can do a video, I can do a reel, I can do all those things because I invested in it, and it's going to push me more to make sure that I sell the one that I have on hand, okay, with my customers. And I'm talking to my customers a lot one-on-one. So some of those personal specials like selling stock has to be one-on-one communication. And a lot of people, I get the impression that a lot of people think that's hard to do, and that's a sign to me that you're not talking to your customers enough one-on-one, okay? Because that should not be a hard thing to do. That's an email. That's an email to your customers to say, hey guys, I have new warmers, who wants to see them? Okay. And you don't even have to put something like that in an email. You can just say, hey guys, I'm having an event in my home and I've got all the new warmers, who wants to see them? And before I show them those new warmers, I'm going to show them the old warmers because I want them to see what's leaving before they see what's not. Okay. Let me change my view again because I am just squirrely today. Okay. Next, for your last chance first glance effect is the whiff box. The whiff box. The whiff box is a first glance chance. Okay. So a lot of people have shared the way to get product testers. I would just say, in my personal opinion, to communicate that it is the whiff box, because I don't want to ever lead my customers astray. And I also don't want someone who's already getting a whiff box to purchase a product tester box. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but just let them know our whiff box is full of all brand new products, and I want you to be a product tester for them. Okay. Retirement bundles. Scentsy put these together for us. They are on your website and they're ready to go. And here's another tip. They show up on your website 10% off. So if someone goes on your website, they can order it and it will give them the savings. I think it's like $29 and some cents because it's 10% off of $36. If you go into your workstation and you put that same bundle in a 6 Scentsy bar, it's gonna discount it down to $27. Okay. So maybe since you didn't put together a retirement bundle, maybe you want to do a Whitney's retirement bundle special. Do that. Because that's going to show your customers that you're working your business, that you love our products, that you're sad to see them go. And it's going to give you another opportunity to share. And then the other thing is encouraging stocking up or starting and adding to club. Okay, so If you haven't talked to people about club in a while, this is the perfect month to do that. In a transition month when so many things are leaving and people are going to be mad when their favorite scents are gone and they come in November and they try to order watermelon tangerine and they're going to be mad because it's gone. You're going to be able to say, I told you that it was leaving, instead of them coming back and saying, Whitney, why didn't you tell me that my favorite scent was leaving? You're my Scentsy girl. Why didn't you tell me? Okay. So again, mindset. We're seeing that we're helping our customers. A lot of people say, I don't want to bug my customers. I don't want to keep messaging them. This is the time to message them about their favorites. Okay. And you're going to do that by using the Scentsy Connect app that we're going to talk about a little bit. Book with urgency. Okay, so with this last chance first glance opportunity, there's many ways that you can do this. You can host an event in your own home. You can host your own event online. So whether that be Facebook or maybe it's a Zoom night with your VIPs. Maybe it's a text party. Maybe it's a bag party. Whatever it looks like to you. Ask customers to host. How you ask people to host a party matters. And we're not saying host a party. Tip number one, host a party. It's just not working in 2025. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's not working. But we are going to say things like, I want to offer you an end of season host special. And we're going to use that perpetual party reward to offer that. That's no money out of your pocket if you give them an extra half price item for hosting a qualifying party. Okay. Or maybe you are in a position where you can offer that. Maybe you can offer them any 6-pack of wax for free. That's $15 out of your pocket, okay? Because you're going to get that at $30 in your workstation. We're going to share on social media. That's really, really simple and kind of probably a duh for a lot of people that are watching this. Here's the key word on that: consistently. I'll talk to people and they're like, oh, I'm just not having luck with my business lately. And then I go to their page and I'm like, you haven't shared Scentsy since January. What? I mean, I can't make that make sense. Love you, mean it, but I can't make that make sense. So we're sharing on social media consistently. We're sharing in our stories. We're sharing on our personal page. We're definitely sharing on our VIP page. We're sharing on TikTok. We're sharing on Instagram. We're sharing, did I say Facebook? That's just a given to me. Facebook. We're sharing on Pinterest. We're sharing on all the social media accounts that we are on. I made a list the other day that if you see something on my stories, you're going to see it on everything. You're going to see it on all of my profiles. You're going to see on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And if you don't, you eventually will, because I reuse that because that's smart working. I'm not going to record a video on stories. If it's something that I can use in my business, I'm going to save that story and I'm going to use it later. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube, or I'm going to, that's not this YouTube. It's a separate YouTube that I'm trying to build, but I'm going to put it on TikTok. I'm going to put it other places because we're working smarter, not harder. Okay. How you share is important. Let me go back to asking about hosting because I didn't talk about that, because how you ask matters. We don't want to say things like host a party. Okay. I like to use the word event instead of party. And I love to just say, hey, let's get together for an event. Let's get your friends together for a scent event. Okay. If the way that you're asking is not working, it's time to change that. And that's where maybe your accountability buddy comes in, or a ChatGPT, or maybe it's your sponsor, your director, whoever you look up to in this business that is willing to help you. That's when you say, hey, I did it today with one of my new girls. Let me see how this is you talking to whoever. Can I show you how I'm asking people to host an event because it's not working for me? A fresh set of eyes on something like that could be a total game changer. Okay. We always book a party from a party. So once you get going with your parties, and if you haven't, that's okay. That's okay. New day tomorrow. We're always going to book a party from a party. And the best tip with that, and I got from one of my past downline directors, she always asks the host to nominate 3 people. And this is what I told my girl today. Instead of saying, hey, would you like to host the next party? We're going to say, hey, Susie Q nominated you to hold the next scent event. I have August 25th and September 1st available. Do either of those work for you? Or which one of those works for you? Okay. How can I ask a question where they got to answer? Or it would be nice if they did, right? But if you are doing a copy and paste for everyone, they're going to know. Okay. You got to change with the time, guys. You got to change with the time. So how you're asking is important. If it's not working, change it up. How you share is also important. Everything you do in this business is important. And like I said, we're mastering it, right? We're mastering our sales. We're trying to figure out the best way. And that's going to change every month too. Because so once you figure it out, it may change. But your ability to roll with the punches and change is going to be the difference in your business. Okay. Um, so how you share is important. And really the best advice I can give to that is just go authentic. Go to the authenticity of you. Who are you? What do you look like? Look, we didn't even fix our hair today. Y'all got the Whitney special today. Guess what? I'm still here. I'm not dead. It's fine. We got hairs. I don't even know what side of the camera I'm on. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I already said this before, but flyers have their time and space, but you are your brand. Show your face. Show your face. And sometimes I get stuck in this too, where I will go a long time without showing my face on social media. And that's why rest is important. That's all I can say about that. A weekly email, like I said. So weekly emails with your customers, so important. You can't just do it once. You can't just do it twice. You need to do it consistently weekly for at least a month or two. Knock on wood, I'm to the point now where every time I send an email, I get an order. I don't know the science behind that. I'm not gonna act like I do. But I'm going to assume it's because it's consistency. And they're either gonna like it, love it, or not. And it's fine if they don't want an email from me. I get it. Think of how many emails, first of all, if you actually clean your email box out, how many you delete a day without reading? Do you think you hurt Target's feelings by deleting their email because you didn't want to look at it? No, they did not take it personal. They do not care. And neither should you. Neither should you, because guess what? You're going to one day hit an email to someone and they're going to say, let me see what Whitney has to say. And then they're going to place a $100 order. And that could be the difference in making the sales bonus that month for you. Okay. So we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it consistently. And like I said, if it's not working to a certain extent, y'all can't expect to just post a post and want everyone to buy 10 genie lamps today. That's not how it works. That's not how sales works. Okay. We got to do our research. We got to teach ourselves. And then we got to keep doing it consistently. Okay. If it's not working after doing it consistently after a certain amount of time, then we need to change something up. That doesn't mean you stop doing it. That means you change the way you're doing it. Customer follow-up. Customer follow-up. I hope y'all are still with me because we're about a little over halfway. Customer follow-up. All right. So text, email customers who bought last summer. Who bought last summer? Your favorite scent is retiring. Would you like a link to stock up while it's on sale and before it's gone? Okay, that is pretty much what I'm saying to everyone right now. And I'm using my Scentsy Connect app. Let me make sure I get this wording right. Under Connect, you're going to go to Product Marketing and Promotions, and you're going to go click on Discontinuing Products, and you're going to click Promote. Click the wrong one. Then you're going to go through your customers, and you're going to see here that everyone is listed. And you're going to see that Polly ordered Cape Meet a Paradise Scentsy Bar. So I'm going to follow up with her and let her know that that scent is discontinuing. Misty ordered Pinkberry Sandalwood and Squeeze a Day bars. Great opportunity to have a club conversation, okay? Because if she absolutely loves either one of those, she can put it in club and Scentsy will make it for her forever. So those follow-ups are really what is going to make a difference. And it's time consuming, but that's called working. That's called working your business. Following up is directly connected to success. So though you may have to do a lot of follow-ups to get the sales from it, you're still working your business. You're still having that touch point, even if they don't answer you, even if they leave you on red, it's still a touch point that you're doing your business. It's a service you're offering your customers to let them know that since they've ordered in the past are leaving. Okay. Use this as a re-engagement moment in your business. And again, use the Scentsy Connect app. It is set up. It's still got glitches. It's not perfect. I'm not saying it is by any means, but it is a great tool and it's free that you can use in your business. The last thing I'll say about the last chance first glance is getting all the spring and summer business supplies out of your office. So that's what I do at the beginning of the month. I get all of my any catalogs, any scent sticker sheets, any product list, because I know you got some left over, whatever kind of business supplies that you have in your office, get that together and get rid of it. And I do not mean throw it away. Because here's the thing. If someone orders, they're always getting something. They're getting something paper from me, whether it be a sample, a flyer, um, obviously a thank you card or a scent circle. That's what I put my thank you cards on. Um, blah 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 blah, right? I still have extra paper left over, and I'm going to make sure that anyone who orders is getting something in their order. Say after that you still have a lot of, or you have anything to get rid of, I say when you're making a contact with someone, maybe out in public, you always want to get their information so you can follow up, and that's a great way to use your Scentsy Connect app too. But I always say that waiting room tables, community boards, random handouts, um, whatever, leaving those somewhere is better than the trash, because if someone throws it away, that's at least it got into one other person's hand, okay, before you got rid of it. If you have a lot left over, keep that in mind for next catalog season. So we won't get into that, but just keep that in mind. Offer 10% or even more off of maybe some stock that you have on hand within compliance. Again, that's a one-on-one communication, and that's up to you. I know that anything that comes through this door that is Scentsy, I make a 30% commission off of, because I never sell less than $2,500 in a month. I refuse to. So I know that I've already gotten commission. If anything that I paid full price for, I got a 30% commission on the PRV of that product. So personally, I will let things go for 20% off. Mostly because I don't pay full price for a lot of majority of my Scentsy, but if I do, I know that I'm not losing money in the long haul. Does that make sense? I would rather get rid of like my spring and summer, specifically wax bars, at a 20% or whatever discount you want to offer, or maybe you don't want to offer a discount, but you can still say on a one-on-one communication, I have 10 squeeze today bars. Maybe you're contacting Susie Q and she needs them. Okay, that's that communication to move that product for you. Wait to share the new catalog and even the fall winter, and even the harvest, until the end of the month. So personal preference, you're not going to see me share. Let me, the only way you will see me share fall and winter things, I actually shared it today, is if I am using it for this month. Okay. So, and it's not going to be in detail, and it's not going to be a personal, gorgeous picture. Okay. The only time you will ever see me doing that is if I'm using it intentionally for my business this month. So I shared an image that said, here's a sneak peek of what's to come. It has a ton of tiny little pictures of warmers around it. Choose which one is your favorite. I'm messaging those people and offering to get them that warmer with a qualifying party. Okay. This month. Because they're going to do the party this month. They're going to get the rewards, and they're going to use the rewards next month with the new catalog. Okay. You will not see anything, probably definitely for the fall and winter catalog, until the last day of the month. And you won't see harvest stuff from me personally until the last week of the month, at earliest, the last week of the month, because I'm focusing on this month. I am so excited about fall and winter. I harvest is my favorite. Harvest collection is my favorite. But that harvest collection will not be from my August business. Okay. It will not be in my August business. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. If you have any questions about the last chance first glance effect, is what I called it in my notes, let me know. There are tons of other trainings on YouTube. You can look on Facebook. That should be the focus. Okay. In addition to the collections, the amazing collections that Scentsy has given us, there is just so much to share. That's the focus. Okay. All right. So really quick, because this has gone over a little bit longer than I thought. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Strategies to consistently hit 2,500 PRV and snag that sales bonus. So Scentsy, now, if you have 2,500 PRV in 1 month, you get an extra 5% bonus, which is 30% commission on the PRV that you sold that month. Like I said, I never not hit it. It's a non-negotiable for me. I refuse to not hit it. Okay. That doesn't mean I'm working the last day of the month trying to do those things, right? I'm working all month. So this is a marathon, okay? And I say that because it's a marathon and not a sprint. This is not something that we do in the last week of the month. This is something that I have built in my business. I have a very strong foundation of high sales in my business because I have built that. Okay. Put the foundation in now so your business can be built into a consistent, high performing business. Okay. I'm not talking to the people who are doing this as a hobby. Okay. Hobbyists don't make they don't sell 2,500 PRV in 1 month. They may, but they don't do it consistently because at that point they're really doing the thing. They have a business. And if they don't yet, they will soon. Okay. So I say that because we're learning, we're putting in the time, we're putting in the thought, we're putting in the learning, we're coachable, we're learning these skills that we're going to use in our business. So we're going to work up to this goal and then we're going to keep upping it. So if you're not consistently hitting 2,500 PRV a month, that's okay. I'm not saying you have to tomorrow. I'm saying put these things in your toolbox so you can then do your skill and use those tools to hit this consistently. We're about to be in the most amazing time of our business. And if you have not, but you want to make bigger paychecks, now's the time. We're going to ride that momentum wave that's about to happen because it's happening. Okay. Let me text my husband real quick so he doesn't come in and. All right. So I want to start off by saying, that we are going to go strong. Okay. You can sell 1 to 2K more than you did last month in this business, whatever last month was. Okay. You can control that, like I said at the beginning. And people may not agree with me with that. That's okay. But you can control your sales in this business. And you can sell 1 to 2K, 3K, 4K more than you did last month. Why? Because the actions that you're doing in your month that you weren't doing last month are going to be the difference. Okay. You can do that by adding more parties, what we call parties, what I call Scent events. You can add more fundraising. You can add more parties, events, fundraising. And when I say events, I mean like PTO events, fairground events, opportunities in real life, in person. Okay. I don't know what I'm saying wrong there to not connect, but add those things to your schedule and being more intentional with your actions and your verbiage. Those things are going to get you more PRV. Okay. So you can have maybe you've been hitting 500 consistently for the last 6 months. You can sell 3K next month. Okay. If you have enough parties on the books and you have enough events and you have your calendar full. Let's get your calendar full. Okay. Here's the breakdown with this, 2,500. That is going to be 625 PRV a week that you need to sell. Okay. This is just a way to think about it. 2,500 a month, 625 a week, which breaks down to about 90 PRV a day. That's not going to happen on accident. Okay. Not going to happen on accident, guys. You're going to have to plan to do this. It may happen on accident a couple times. It may have happened on accident a few times in COVID. But these days you're going to have to plan for it. Okay. And that doesn't mean that you're just taking the most recent special that you see on your What Did You Share page, or which is amazing, or your SSD share. It's going to take planning. It's going to take, how am I going to plan out this PRV? Okay. So I suggest starting with 1 party a week. If you're not partying yet, start with 1 party a week. Okay. Whether that be online, in person, text, bag. However, there's so many different ways, guys. We got to stop limiting ourselves to what our beliefs are a party should look like, because there is no one kind. Okay. So we're going to start with 1 a week, and then we're going to move to 2 a week, and whatever that looks like. Maybe the 2 parties, I like, my sweet spot is 1 party a week online, because Facebook parties are my jam. Will I do 2? Will I do 3? Absolutely, I will. If I need to do more, I will do more. But again, I have built the bones to my business. I know what I have to hold to meet my goals. Okay. That's what you got to learn about your own business. But start with 1 party a week. You could even do 1 online party and 1 bag party a week. Okay. Or do 1 text party, or maybe it's one fundraiser a week, and one online party. Okay, whatever that looks like to you, because here's the other thing, and I keep mentioning fundraisers because fundraisers are a great way to get PRV, and one PRV equals 1 point with our incentive, which is huge. So that could be a game changer of earning a trip. But I want you to track. I said 2,500 for a month, 625 a week, 90 a day. I want you to track it like a paycheck because it is. I want you to track it like a paycheck because it is. Do not wait until the end of the month, and I want you to track it and plan it out. On average, let's say whatever your parties look like, let's say they're 300 PRV a party. Okay, two a week. That's going to be bonus level. That's going to be about bonus level PRV. Okay. The other part is Scentsy Club. That's residual PRV that you can count on every single month. Scentsy even has it where you can see what you got last month and what you have this month. That's not always going to be consistent because of how people's clubs run. But if you're not sharing Scentsy Club or you don't have a strong Scentsy Club, it can be a game changer. One of my months, and this is not to brag at all by any means, because I know there's other people that have a lot more than this and have a lot less, but I was excited to hit 1,000 PRV just off club orders the other month. Okay. That is not to brag. That is to show that 1,000 of my PRV was just from club. Okay. That could be your goal. Maybe you want to do 2,500 PRV a month just from club. How amazing would that be? I'm sure there's a few people who could comment and share how they do that because there's people in this business doing that. See launch day as a payday. See launch day as a payday. For instance, we had our, not Genie, Aladdin collection come out today. Every time Scentsy launches a collection, act like it's your job to sell 5 of those that day. Make that your goal. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 2, whatever it is. I just put down 5 because I like that. I want to sell 5. I want to sell 5 things from that collection today. That's your goal. Okay. Whatever it is, you got to make goals. You got to make a plan. You got to track it like a paycheck because it is. See launch day as payday. And the other way you're going to do that, the easiest way you're going to do that is offering pre-orders. Pre-orders with your customers, because anything that's a launch day is usually an LTO, which means it can sell out at any moment. And even though you may not feel like it's going to sell out, it could, because that is the truth. It could. So offer those pre-orders with people. The other thing, again, I'm going to say it again, is Scentsy Connect. Scentsy Connect. So far with our 2,500 PRV, we've talked about the weekly sales goal breakdown, the 1 to 2 parties a week, Scentsy Club, launch day is payday, Scentsy Connect, because you got to use Scentsy Connect, guys. If you don't have the app, go ahead and do it. And then the last thing is going to be flip sales into parties and parties into teams. So what that means is we're not just taking an order from someone, okay? Especially if this is not in a party, right? So if a customer is ordering a party, you want that to go to the party host. But say your customer wants to order 2 6-packs of wax, or actually maybe, 2 6-packs of wax, okay? We're not just going to take that order and be like, yep, here's your total. We're going to ask, if we haven't in a while, if they want to try and get those 2 6-packs for free. Okay. And they're either going to say yes, no, or give me my total. And either way, you will still be fine. Okay. So don't just take an order and run. We don't just take the order and run. We're always trying to upsell on that. We're always trying to, I don't want to say capitalize, but we're trying to offer them their best options. There you go. So we're going to offer them that instead of paying their $60 for their 2 6-packs of wax that they want, we're going to offer for them to get that for free with their rewards, their host rewards. So flip sales into parties and then parties into teams. Why? Because then that host is going to come in, they're going to see how great it is to host a party, and you're going to say, you could do this. You could do this. And it's only $9 this month. Okay. Consistent parties or consistent events, whatever you want to call them, equals consistent PRV, which equals consistent bonus. I have said from day one, you have to consistently party. If you're not partying right now, if you're not holding events, if you don't have people, new customers coming to you because of someone else that you already know, we got to change that. And I'll be the first to say that summer parties are slow. They have been for me these past few months. I am an open book. I will tell you everything. But I know, and I will not give up on the fact that we're going to keep holding events. People do want free and half price Scentsy, okay? How you approach them, how you ask them, how you introduce it, all of that matters, okay? But we are going to say consistent parties equals consistent PRV equals consistent bonus. Train yourself to never take a one item order. Okay. So that's part of the upselling. Train yourself to never take a one item order. If someone wants a bar, we're going to suggest a bundle. Always offer your special of the $30 in the workstation for your 6 bars. If someone wants a flower, we're going to tell them if they get 2 more, they save 10%. Same thing with a warmer. You want a warmer, you got to have some wax. Let's do it in a bundle. You're going to save on it. That small shift alone can add 300 to 500 PRV a month, depending on how many parties you're having. Okay. So when someone is coming to you to order in a party, you're going to say, you don't just want 1 bar. You don't want just 3 bars. We don't have a deal for 3 bars anymore. You got to get 6 to get the deal, and you're going to get 1 free if you buy 5. Okay. Super simple. All they're going to say is yes, no, or ignore you. And again, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, guys. All of that to say, thanks so much for just going through all that with me. All of that to say that with sales, you really have to take the time to not just grasp at whatever you see as the next shiny thing. And that goes for a lot of things in life. You really got to focus and make a plan on what you're doing. That means we're meeting new people by building our customer base, by holding events, by looking for opportunities. And we are always arrows out. We're never taking the order and running. We are building a business. Okay. We are building a business, and that paycheck is going to reflect the work and the intentionality that you take the time to put into in the month that you're in. So that's why we're going to focus on those last chance, first glance opportunities. Love you guys. If you have any questions, let me know.